I'm a dietitian and I've got to tell you, what you eat doesn't matter that much. So right now, if you're watching this, you might be a little shocked or confused by the title on this one, especially coming from me. But this is a topic that I've been wanting to talk about for a while because I think that people put way too much emphasis on food and nutrition sometimes. Now, obviously, I'm not saying that food and nutrition don't matter at all. I mean, I'm a dietitian. Obviously, I think food and nutrition are pretty important. That's why I made this my career. And it's just a biological fact that we need a variety of foods and nutrients to make our bodies run the way they're supposed to run and to have good health. So they definitely matter, but I'm just saying that food and nutrition don't matter that much. Sometimes people take this stuff way too far, and that can actually lead us down an unhealthy path. So the first way I see this happening is people becoming super restrictive with their food. So an example of this would be desserts. We know that if we were to just eat desserts all the time, every day for the rest of our life and eat not much of anything else, that our health probably wouldn't be that great and we probably just wouldn't feel all that good either. But that doesn't mean that we should never eat desserts or that sugar is poison. And I say that last one because that is a real comment that I have received on one of my videos, that sugar is poison and so we should never eat it. And this sort of thing is something that happens a lot, really. I mean, a lot of times if someone finds out that an excess of something isn't healthy, then they start to think that any amount of that thing is dangerous. And that's not how it works. We don't have to restrict our food like this to be healthy or to feel good day to day. It's about the diet as a whole and getting a variety of foods and nutrients. We don't want to become fearful of food. And I know some people hear this sort of thing and think, you know, why does this matter? Who cares? Don't we want people to be healthier? But what I want to remind you is I'm not talking about, you know, general healthy eating, taking care of your body, paying attention to what your body needs. That's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about when this gets to a point where you're really restricting your food and cutting out things where it just isn't necessary and it's becoming excessive. And you know, if you follow this along, for some people this can really get to a point where they have restricted their food so much because they're concerned about healthfulness that there really isn't a lot left for them to eat because they have all these rules and they're so worried about this thing causing that, and you know, I read that this was good for this or this was gonna make me sick or whatever, you know, and so then they're limited in their choices, and that can really become a big problem. And I mean, the way some people talk about food, it's like it's some sort of miraculous fountain of youth, it will cure every ailment sort of thing. That's not what food is. Food is important, it gives us nutrition, it's something that, you know, we should be aware of, but it's not something that is going to make you live forever. It's not this sort of situation where every bite is determining your fate. You know, when you take a bite of food, it's either giving you health or slowly killing you. I mean, these are sort of the dramatic sort of sentiments that can come along with some of the sort of this stuff when we get in this unhealthy headspace of putting way too much weight on the food and its importance. It's important, but it's not everything. And going along with that, there's another way that this overemphasis of food and nutrition can be a problem, and that's when you start sacrificing other areas of your health because you're so focused on the food part. Sometimes people realize that food is important, but then they start putting it above everything else. So I'm talking about people sacrificing their sleep because they're so focused on their food. Maybe they have to get up really early to make the food situation work out and help it to be perfect and exactly how they want it, or something like that. I'm talking about people damaging their relationships because they're not able to go over to a friend's house for dinner or go out to a restaurant or go to their niece's birthday party because they're so concerned about the food and what's going to be there and if it's going to be the good foods or the bad foods or, you know, whatever they have set up of what they can eat and what they can't eat. I'm talking about people being so stressed out about the food they're eating, you know, being so focused on it and freaking out about it that that's damaging their health because they're so tense about this food thing all the time. And I want to be clear here, I'm not talking about food restrictions that someone might have because of a medical condition or an allergy or a religious belief or an ethical concern or something like that. What I'm talking about is someone being so focused and concerned about every bite of food that goes into their mouth that it stops them from being able to enjoy other parts of their life or take care of other areas of their health. Health isn't just about food, it's all of these things working together. It's the food, but it's also physical activity, sleep, stress, relationships, All of these things matter and they all work together. So you don't want to be focusing on just one thing and letting all the other pieces fall to the side, because that's not going to help you be healthier. That could actually harm your health. And on top of all of that, there's just a lot more to life than food. And I'm saying this as someone who has made food my job. So you certainly shouldn't be thinking about food more than I am as someone who's making videos about this stuff and working with clients one-on-one and talking to them about their food and all of that sort of thing. You know, food is a part of your life, and I think it's a great part of your life, but it shouldn't be your whole life. There's so much else out there to enjoy, and I just think it's not a great way to live to be so focused on the food stuff that you miss everything else that's going on. And let me know what you think about this sort of thing, whether you just have some general thoughts or if you have a personal experience that you would like to share. I would love to hear any of that in the comments below and talk to you about it some more. And if you liked this video, then make sure to give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here and you want more healthy eating tips, nutrition info, and my thoughts on topics like this one, then make sure that you subscribe, because eating healthy and living a healthy lifestyle really doesn't have to be complicated, and I want to show you how to do it. Thanks for watching. I hope you're having a great day, and I'll talk to you next time.